Kyle and Jackie O Show.
It's all about
Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom.
It's the Kyle and Jackie O Hour of Power right around the country. Good afternoon. Back in Australia, apparently for Comic-Con, some sort of cartoon thing happening in Brisbane.
Welcome back to the country, Orlando. How you going?
Orlando Bloom, how are you, buddy?
How you doing, guys? G'day, mate. How are you?
G'day, man.
Good.
Hey, what is this bloody thing? Is it superheroes and you and what is it?
Yeah, superheroes and studs. It's I just did this Comic-Con thing in San Diego for the first time. It was amazing, and I was there with the Hobbit and everyone and all the cast and crew, and it's kind of a mad. There's some really extreme fans out there. It's amazing. But my friend Benedict Cumberbatch was telling me about this. He said, "Have you ever done Australian Comic-Con? Because it's phenomenal." And I was like, "Oh, it's a perfect opportunity to get back to Australia."
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to do it and, catch up with some of my old rallies and friends and stuff, so it's perfect.
Do you have to dress up as anything from a movie, or are you just there? As yourself?
Yeah, I've got the wig, mate. You know me, dude. Any opportunity to get into the wig, I've got the wig and the bow and everything ready to go, dude. I carry that stuff everywhere.
I love it when you're
with me, just in case. You never know.
You never know. So the Hobbit's in post-production at the moment, isn't it? How's that going?
It is. Yeah, it is. It's looking amazing. I mean, it's just phenomenal what Pete's done with these movies. He's basically the man on these projects, and he's sort of, since Tolkien's not around anymore, he's the guy who knows more about than anything else. I think this last movie is going to outstand everybody. It's just phenomenal. It's got all the best bits, and I think the climax of a third movie is always the best as well. It's when there's a trilogy of films. The first one's like the opener. The second one can be quite a challenge because you've got to kind of link the first and the third, and then the third one is always like tying everything up. It's always the most dramatic, most emotional, most. Characters are going to die. That's always an emotional roller coaster. So it's going to be great. I can't. I'm really looking forward to it.
I know you travel the world and get asked a lot of questions, and I didn't want to interrupt your holiday, but when I was watching you and Bieber having that fight in the media, I was like, I'm going to ring him up, I'm going to find out, and I thought, I'll let him have his holiday. I'll eventually get him on the phone. Now, what happened there? Because that was everywhere. Was it as big as it was made out to be, or was it a bit of nothing? What'd the little say?
I'll tell you what that is. That's old news. That is such old news, and honestly, it's like, what is there to say, really? There's nothing to say. It's like, it's like nothing to say. It's old news.
You said that 3 times, so...
everyone just wants to know.
Why did I say that 3 times?
Because it's old news and there's nothing to say.
Yeah, there you go, you see. You knew it.
I bloody knew it. No, see, I saved myself a couple of bucks not ringing you. It was easier. Now, what did you do in Ibiza there? Because apart from all that nonsense... Every man and his dog that was a celebrity seemed to be in Ibiza for that couple of weeks. Like, it just kept seeing more and more and more celebrities. What was going on there? Is it just a summer party thing, or what was the go?
It was just I haven't been there for years and years and years. I had a bunch of mates say to me, "We're going, come and have a laugh because it's really fun." And I kind of went and had a great holiday. It was amazing.
It looked like an episode of Entourage over there. Remember that show? God, I loved that show. Did you ever watch that?
That's a good show, isn't it? That's that is definitely a good show, yeah. And then I kind of caught a few of them, and then I was like, I like to say some of that stuff. One of my favourite shows is Breaking Bad, I've been watching Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and what's the other one that I loved is the True Detectives. I've been watching all that stuff.
Cagney and Lacey.
I got around to Entourage. Entourage was earlier for me, see, so I started getting into all that stuff. So I've got to kind of go backwards. I've got all these great shows to look forward to. When you haven't watched them, you can buy them all in one hit and take it. You know what I mean? I love that about not having seen them prior. So I'll go back.
Nothing better than laying around in bed on the weekend with some model you've met, watching Breaking Bad non-stop.
That's not how he lives his life, Kyle.
Is that the way you like to roll? That's the way you like to roll?
Yeah, that's how we roll. Sometimes I roll snake eyes.
I've got to learn from you, bro.
And you're friends with my friend, Erica Packer. Saw that there. Because they were making out you guys were together. Obviously, you guys have known each other for a few years.
Known each other since I was 19, actually.
Oh, really?
I've known Erica through mutual friends. Yeah, we used to knock around all together. There was a crew of us knocking around. Knew her well before she married James, well into marrying James, and, still, we're all mates, all of us, we all know each other. It's a small world, very small world.
Yeah, it is. She's lovely, though. Last time I saw her, she was flanked by 4 huge security guards in LA. I was like, oh, my God, it's like the president of Iraq or something walking around.
Really? That doesn't sound like her.
Oh,
really?
yeah, no, well, she was out doing
sure
something.
They weren't like mates?
No, well, they didn't. Well, who has mates that are that gigantic, military-looking types?
Well... military, well, yeah, no.
You and I, we
we
know a very different Erica, obviously, you and I. You know the more playful, I know the, hey, keep walking. Hey, how are you? Keep walking.
You're not as tight with Erica, I don't think.
So how long are you in Australia for?
I've got about 10 days.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, that's
so it's enough time to catch up with some of the family and see mates and, have a good time. It's been a while.
Yeah.
It's great, actually. I'm looking...
We're going to be giving away tickets for our KISS listeners, actually, to meet you at Comic-Con in Sydney.
You don't know about that yet, but you're about to agree to it. Thank you for that. What a champion.
Oh, perfect. Well, make sure they say they're from the show and stuff, and I'll give them extra love.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, God, what does extra love mean?
Just a bit of extra. Another selfie.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, we'll do that.
Do you find that's the difference now? Like, when you first started out and you had that fame, everyone was probably asking you for autographs, but I would imagine the autograph is almost gone now. It's been replaced by the selfie.
By the selfie, yeah, it has. It really has. Actually, I read a really funny article in the Times about the Queen commenting on doing selfies. She made one fine selfie, is rather challenging one does, or something. I can't remember. But,
I wonder if she wants approval on every selfie.
I don't think she's.
Or no, it wasn't. I think it was something about the fact that now, she used to be greeted by, hordes of fans wanting to wave and smile at her and shake her hand, and now she's greeted by hundreds of an array of mobile phones, all waiting to get a selfie. Mate.
Oh, that's right, because she was like, I miss the contact one-on-one with those folk, which is us.
The commoners.
Yeah, that's right.
Do you love the Queen? Are you a fan of the Royals? Are you a royalist? Do you love the Royals? Because I love them.
Oh, look, I'm English, you gotta love them. It's like it's the world we live in. It's so... yeah, the Royals are great, man.
Have you ever been to Buckingham Palace? You strutted around in there?
Met Prince Harry or William?
No, I actually, I love them, but not that much. No, I'm joking. I actually haven't. No, I haven't. I've never been. I've never had the chance. Oh. I've been on the road so much as well. In the last 10 years, I've hardly been.
Yeah. Stick around, more on the way with Orlando Bloom.
The Kyle and Jackie O Show. Ladies and gentlemen.
Orlando Bloom's on the phone with us.
We were speaking to Adam Levine the other day, and he was saying that he finds the whole world's sexiest man alive tag a bit embarrassing.
And I agreed with him because I didn't think he was the sexiest.
He's so sexy, though.
I'd
say Carl was the sexiest. I mean, if anyone's going to say there was a sexy man, and I'd say it was Carl.
Yeah, I would say I was, but I don't know whether anyone else.
But you got that. I think you got that title back in 2007, didn't you? Do you like having that title, or are you with Adam? Find it a bit embarrassing?
Oh, mate, it's like he's talking about being sexy here. I think the only person who can talk about being sexy is Carl, because he is about the sexiest man alive.
Do you know Kyle?
Hey, how dare you?
It's sexy. Sex and sex appeal is more than just it's the way he rolls the words off his tongue.
That's right.
Oh yeah, it's the humour stuff.
You know why Orlando? No, I know why Orlando is a little bit soft on me because
why?
Because when we lived in the same street in LA, I'd get all his mail, and I would open up his fan mail. I told Miranda this back in the day when you guys were tight, and I'd say, and she said to me, "Oh, what? Can you bring it up to the house?" And I was like, "No, you guys come down and get it. I'm not coming up to your place. I'm doing you the favour, telling you."
That's up a hill. You wouldn't make it up a hill.
That's right.
And where are you living these days? Where do you base yourself the most?
Oh, LA, I suppose.
Still,
Yeah, in and out of there, really. Work stuff takes me away, and LA, but LA's going to be a base for a bit. Going to go to school there for a bit, and yeah.
Hey, I read there somewhere, I don't know where, I got very angry. I know you did too, Jackie, where they said, when you've got Flynn around you, you've got to have a nanny, as if you're like a fumbling dad that can't do anything right. And I was like, this is bloody terrible. Why do they always make out the dads can't do anything properly? Like, oh, he's got to have the nanny there on standby. What, in case he bursts into tears and can't handle it? I don't understand why people think that a grown man can't look after his own child. I think you're a wonderful father. Flynn looks like a beautiful kid.
Oh, he's a beautiful boy. He's super happy, and he's fantastic. You know, keeping him in a routine can be sometimes. So we always have, you know, we both have a nanny around all the time, just so that there's somebody just to keep the routine together. But it's not like all the time.
Do you have those those wooden baby jails that you put in front of the TV? Do you have one of those?
They're called playpens, Kyle.
No.
Oh, playpen. Yeah.
It's a playpen.
Whatever. I knew there'd be a softer name for it.
No, yeah, exactly.
So your Flynn just runs wild?
Yeah, he's old enough to run around on his own now.
How old is he?
Dude, he's nearly 4 now, bro.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah, no, he's running well, bro. Never had one of those cages. Actually.
Oh, that's
Never
good.
thought I needed a cage.
Oh, so he's nearly old enough to mow the yard.
I could use a cage every now and again, but Flynn doesn't.
Oh, now what did you make of those poor girls that had their celebrity nude photos leaked? The hackers that have been breaking into the phones.
That's so wrong.
Yeah.
That is just so wrong.
Yeah.
That is just so wrong. I mean, I think anyone who, I don't know. That's just wrong. What can you say? It's awful.
And I went through everyone one by one, and that's when I realised after I'd finished, hang on.
And that's even worse. You're even worse then, aren't you?
I know, but it was for research. I'm a media outlet.
Research, yeah. You had to do it, right? You needed to look. You needed to have a look.
I
see all those girlfriends. You just lost them all now. You just lost them all.
I think all the girls unless you're famous,
I could give you a few lessons on that.
unless you're famous, I reckon that most people did have a look just out of curiosity, but also felt terrible for everyone involved.
Yeah, I think is that something that concerns you just in that invasion of privacy where you feel like you have to be really careful with everything, I guess?
It concerns everyone, doesn't it, at this point, and everyone. I think it would concern anyone and everyone. But people, I've got photos of my son, you know what I mean? That's mostly on my phone, photos of my son. But, whatever. I think people can do what they want with their lives, but it's terrible that their lives can be exposed like that. I think that's, it's criminal, and I hope they catch them.
Yeah,
so do we. Look, I also heard that if you weren't a mega movie star that was hugely gorgeous and successful, you would have been a photographer or a sculptor.
Oh, my husband's a photographer.
Or I'd like to add to that list, I would have been you. I'd like to have been you.
I got an easy job here.
I could have done. Honestly, don't you think? I think I've got it. I think I've got what it takes.
Oh, totally.
That's down there.
The English accent could be a bit whiny in Australia, but it probably works in England.
You're right. I'm whiny Tom in Australia. What's that going to do, Frank? You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
No, I do love it.
Listen, next time Carl's sick, you are more than welcome to fill in, Orlando.
Oh, that happens on the reg.
Yeah, that happens once a week.
Becky, I would love to sit next to you and chat the morning away. I can't think of anything more.
If it happens during your time here, I'll let you know. I'll give you a call.
You please do.
You guys have made a big promise you cannot deliver. Orlando, look, we'll let you get up there. We'll let you get your Spider-Man outfit or whatever it is you're doing that Comic-Con up there. Enjoy Brisbane. You'll love it. So much to do.
Cheers. Best of both. Cheers.
See you down here. Orlando Bloom.
The Kyle and Jackie O Show.